Hey, on my
Okay,
I'm trying to see on my.
We're actually live. Good afternoon, guys. Today, with us we have Kelvin from Singapore, as well,
Hey,
Kelvin James, as well as CT, that's actually from Singapore. So tell us what I mean. First thing, introduce yourself. Myself is actually HK. CT. Maybe you can do a quick introduction.
So yeah lah, I mean, helping out this weekend because many friends are involved. So I've been writing about comics and involved in panels, organizing this and that lah. So I know these two chaps from some time ago. In fact, Kelvin, for quite a long while, since the 90s when you opened a toy shop, right?
That's you used to actually run a toy shop. That will be interesting conversation as well. And what would be and Kelvin, maybe a quick introduction yourself.
Yeah, I'm Kelvin Chan, Singapore. Been doing comics and pop culture forever. Not as a career, but it's been there on the side. So like what CT said, I started with a comic shop. Sorry, toy shop.
Yeah, hence you see Plaza, right? At Plaza Complex.
That's right. That's right.
A long time ago, and I did an interview with you for 8 days.
Wow. Yeah, right. That's right. Oh my goodness, 30 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I went into the press industry for 20 years, but on the side, I still pursued my passion. So drawing comics, inking, creating sketchbooks and stuff.
And then recently, you have gone back into sort of sculptures and toys, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I never got out of it. So a few years back, some of the artists, a lot of you would probably know them, like Kietopia and Deep, who's Harry SL. And we started a statue company making licensed products for Capcom and some other games. Yep. So we've done Street Fighter and our recent big hit, which was SNK's Smile, art directed by Stanley Artjung. Yeah, that's
so we can. I'm also showing some photos that's been shared.
Yeah, because you guys have been making a presence at the Comic Con in Singapore, of course, with your statues for the last few years. So I mean, I just want to ask: is it very competitive? Because there are quite a few big players in the region.
So I think every industry is competitive, especially now with pop culture. I mean, we're fighting for people's real estate, right? I can honestly say in Singapore, it's very limited because with our flats, we can't really buy that much. So most of our business is more to the West, US and Europe.
So how do you differentiate yourself from the other sculptures companies in Singapore in the region?
Wow. Okay. I think our staple is that most of our statues capture motion.
Okay.
You know, hence our company name, which is Kinetiquettes, playing off kinetic energy. Yeah. So the model is that we work with all these really top sculptors, artists globally, and we let them have free play. Yeah, we just tell them, or rather we decide which artist is best for a particular character, what is their forte, and we let them excel in a sense.
Yeah. Okay, I mean the artist and the talent, of course, is one end of it because the other thing is licensing, right? I mean, is there like a bidding war to get licensed, and each sculpture company, I mean, they only give license to one, and so is that like bidding war?
I can't really speak on that because I'm not in charge of that.
Okay.
I wouldn't say a bidding war. I think if you have a good pitch, I think the licensors, if they see something that is of quality, they would definitely want it. Yeah. So, I mean, not to say it's free. I mean, there'll be some fees that we have to look into. Yeah. But we have found a little area which is for games and anime and stuff like that. Yeah, we are going to expand. We're going into our own IPs. We are partnering with top illustrators to come up with a signature series. Yeah.
Mhm.
And just a quick one. I'm actually looking at some of these prints that you have been shared, right? I believe that
yes.
this is from Art Gem. Is it?
No.
Which artist
So-
is this?
This is Sakimi Chan.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sakimi Chan.
Ah,
Okay.
you work with her.
Yes.
Yeah, she came
So
to
I can
Singapore. Yeah, for the
just
con.
quickly sound off. We've worked with like Gary too.
Mhm.
Yes, Gary.
We
Yeah.
worked with Stanley, of course,
Mhm.
multiple times.
Mhm.
This is Zin Shin from Malaysia.
Ah,
My
this is by
personal
Zin Shin.
favorite. This is my favorite print. So on the site, we do
Okay.
statues, but we also do art prints. So
Mm.
we print them on museum quality, what they call Paisley prints. That lasts, and the reproduction is amazing. They're
And
all
is that are those
numbered.
limited, like numbered?
Yeah, all our prints are numbered. Yeah.
Right.
Usually, what
Yeah.
the qualities are? Is it
Uh,
out of 100 or out
I'd
of
say, I think at max is about 300.
300?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now we go down the roster of the top artists that that come around. The good thing is a lot of them actually want to work with us. Yeah. So that's very fun. Yeah. And we've also moved on to t-shirts as well. What we do is we have this dry fit. Yep. So a bit like a sporty material, very good elastic material, and we print artwork on it as well. Yeah.
Of course, I think a big part of the business, because people do want to see the statues and all that. So definitely the Comic Con is important. So how has COVID affected you guys? Because, I mean, of course, you can go virtual, right? You can send out flyers and all that, but, how are you guys responding to this?
It's business as usual. Yeah. We do about an average 3-4 shows a year. So anyway, it raises awareness of it. It's not so bad.
Okay. Mm.
Yeah. I mean the whole industry is affected. Everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
So
at the
I think
physical con, you can see the actual statues, all your prototypes and all that. And it's
correct.
always very crowded, right, around your booths and all the
Yeah.
toys. Yeah. And you all got hot babes also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other thing about our statues, we always have a premium that comes with every statue, which is exclusive to our online customers. We'll have like special prints which we will not sell as a print. So it comes exclusively inside the box. With our new Monster Hunter line, we are going into giving enamel pins, very special limited edition pins. Yeah, which are very collectible. Yeah. So being collectors ourselves, we kind of know or feel what people might want.
Mhm.
So your place is packed with toys and statues and comics.
Yes, very. This is just a corner, and I just set this up for this live chat.
So no complaints from the family.
No.
You're taking too much real
They're so
estate.
used to it. The good thing is that my kids are so numb to it. Yeah, so they don't even want toys anymore. That's good for me. They just want apps and buy games. Yeah.
Anyway, I sent some images to Hinkok, some of your the early drawings. Maybe you can take a look at that, right? Because I remember you did a small sketch back in 2010 at a Comic Con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, when you showed it to me the other day, I couldn't remember. I had to look at my signature to confirm.
Yes, that's right. That's
I'm
right.
getting old.
And your signature a bit different because that one piece is from 2010, and the other one which I got from you was in 2016 at the Illustration Arts Fest. So the signature I also noticed is a bit different, but I recognize it. I remember
it's always my Chinese surname, right? Yeah.
And you actually took your time to draw it, because I remember I passed you the sketchbook. That was in Comic Con, and you say, okay, I'll get it back to you, because you didn't just want to draw a quick sketch. You wanted to spend a bit more time on it, so that's much appreciated. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good. I always try my best to
just give me a moment
accommodate everyone. I mean, we're such a close community. Even for this, SMVFF, I'm really glad that it's between our two neighbors. Yeah. In fact, my company, honestly, Kinetiquettes, it's all, my partners are Malaysians and from Bangladesh, and myself, Singaporean. So it's pretty global. All our artists are from all the way from Brazil, States, Taiwan. We have friends everywhere, in that sense. And it's actually, talking about Comic Cons and fan fests, even virtual ones. It all started from that, because all my partners were my neighbors, in booths next to me at Artist Alley at Comic Con, and we just said, hey guys, we got to do something. We have the talents. Let's get together. Everybody see what they can contribute, and let's try something. So we just said, let's do it, and we did it, and it's been, more than half a decade, and we've got 20 statues out the door, into shops. So it's quite interesting.
Yeah. Okay, I show this. All right. So the one on the left is, of course, done 10 years ago. The one on the right was done about 4 years ago. So
I think I got cut off.
It's a very distinctive style. You do have a very distinctive style that people do remember and recognize.
Hello.
Yeah. Kevin,
Hello.
you there?
Hi, Kevin.
Yeah.
I think his connectivity dropped off. Only
the other phone. The other
camera. Yeah, it seems like there's some connectivity issue from your side.
Okay, maybe we show the other image lah. That one is Spider-Gwen. This one is something that I got Kelvin to do for me back in 2015. When Spider-Gwen was very hot. So of course it's a blank. And I told him, do whatever you want with it lah. Then he had fun with it, because in a way everyone was drawing Spider-Gwen, and he wanted the opportunity to draw that as well. So this is the front cover, and I think there's a back cover as well for this, which he drew as well. Yeah.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Hey, you're back. Yeah.
Yeah, I think my laptop's Wi-Fi wasn't good, so I'm using my phone. So I think one camera is fine.
Okay. Yeah, I was just telling them about this Spider-Gwen that you did 5 years ago.
It's for you as well.
Yes. Digging all out.
Yeah, the thing about me is my memory really sucks. I see so many people and I forget what I don't, which isn't a good thing lah. I don't keep track of my drawings. I just do it and I give it away, or if it's a request and stuff like that. So I can't even remember who wanted it and stuff like that. Sorry.
You want to show the back cover of this Spider-Gwen?
Yeah, sure.
This is also another one that Kelvin drew.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This one. That's also you.
I don't remember when I do this. It was like
5 years ago. About 5 years ago. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, James is in.
Yeah, James is back. James is back. Yeah.
James is back. It seems like he has not checked his mic yet, so let him settle his stuff. Hi James, are you back? We can hear very noisy sound coming from your side, but do you have like maybe a headset that you can just wear? That will help greatly.
Maybe we can see some of James' artwork that he has sent to Hancock.
Yeah, sure. Just a moment.
Yeah. Anyway, James, are you back? Anyway, I thought I'll just share some on my experiences with James. I think I first met him in 2014 at Comic Con. All right, and I think later we'll see a drawing that he did for me. All right, and of course he has his style has changed and evolved over the years. I think if you go on Facebook, you can see that he's also experimenting with digital comics and all that. And of course, the last few years he's very active in the comic scene with 24-hour comic day, which I organized with JF. He's also doing portrait day. He's been doing portraits. He's been, I think, doing urban sketching as well. So quite a fair bit of things. All right, and he also did, I think about 5 years ago, he did a comic series called Perfect World. All right, which I think about 2 issues came out, 2 or 3 issues came out. So maybe when later on he can tell us whether there are any plans to continue with that or not. So as you can see that all these are by James. It's all the different style that he's been doing. Yeah. James, can you hear us? Oh, I see him drawing, but
I think he already started drawing. So
yeah.
yeah.
But is he plugged into any headphones? So we
that
can...
I'm not sure. I'm not beside him. Let's just wait for
All
him
right.
to actually get it sorted.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Kevin, you want to go through what you are drawing and maybe just run us through the process?
Just so that we don't bore our viewers right now. I'm just what I do is I do inking exercises every other day. So, fan art or whatever, or I'll just like to I'm in this phase to like redesign whatever popular pop culture stuff. So it just keeps me practicing. I've always been using the brush pen. I've been using it for a few years. Maybe you can credit Kinetiquettes for introducing it. And maybe I'm just lazy because this pen, with just one pen, I can get all the strokes that I need. So I'm really old school. You can tell, I'm 50 already. So I'm from the school of Al Williamson, who drew all the Star Wars comics and all that.
Yeah.
Correct. So the whole brush pen inking technique. So what I do is every week, especially now, so like I said, I was in the press for 20 years and I just left the industry to go in full time into my statues and my business. But you can't give up the core, which is being an artist or an illustrator. So what I do is I draw every other day, even though the timetable is packed. But before I sleep, I think James also can attest to this. Before you sleep or any little quiet moment you have, that's when you actually bring out your sketchbook and you start sketching. So for now, I'm just going through all the, maybe a bit nostalgic, but I'm actually going through all my 80s or my childhood cartoons. So like now I'm trying to redesign a Skeletor, from Master Universe, but just my take on it. And because going into statues, if there's anything that I learned from my partners, is that anatomy is really key to a lot of these things, especially what we do in our industry. I mean, the fact that comic books, the superhero comics are the ones that a lot of people are in because, it's about muscles and the delusion of being muscular and like a superhero physique. So what I call the hero face and the hero body, right? So you really need to get your anatomy straight. So that I just keep practicing every day. Yeah.
And this will be some of your inking work, right?
Yeah. That's the recent stuff. So ever since I went in a so-called independent and I'm just doing gigs and going into my statues, and, I'll just use these exercises to, so-called engage with my friends on Facebook and on Instagram. Just so-called to build my brand in a sense. And I give away these sketches. In fact, I gave away these 3 that you just shown, the Venom and the Turtles. I just draw it and I just give it away. Just to engage with friends and all that. I thought it was really fun. Everybody cooped up at home. It's really fun to receive something in the mail. Yeah. So like for this,
send some my way, man.
So like this Skeletor, I didn't know what I was going to draw until just now. I just let my pencil doodle away. Then I already kind of mentioned to my friends that whatever I draw today will be, I will just pick someone who commented or watched this stream randomly and just send it off to them. Yeah.
That's good. And so what will you be drawing right now? It will be Ghost Rider. Is that it?
No,
I can't hear that. What's the name?
Master of the Universe.
Oh, Skeletor.
Yeah, sorry.
Skeletor.
Yeah.
And I
So,
believe that James is actually drawing Spider-Man.
all right.
Right.
Yeah.
So as you can see that let's try to actually talk to James. James, can you speak and say hi?
I can, but how's the reception over there?
It's quite your voice is actually quite low, and there's a lot of there's a lot of noises. So yeah, maybe you can draw something that he talks. If you want to just type it in, we can actually just say that on there. You'll be drawing Spider-Man. Yeah, Kelvin, maybe we can actually just so for James, right? So what you'll be drawing? Do you plan? What's your plan on after you finish it? You want to actually give it to away for your fans, or it's something that you want to actually sell as the original artwork for some of the collectors that's actually viewing your work right now?
Actually, I can't hear you.
Okay, sounds like his audio is bad, but let's just switch back to the viewing for 3 hours. And Kelvin, do you probably want do you have anything else to share? Like you mentioned about Kinetiquettes, and you mentioned that you've been doing some statue design, working with some illustrator. But what will be your main focus going forwards in because the whole pandemic actually changed all the business plan. I'm quite sure of that. And if we actually start doing the next project that you will be starting, I believe that it will be a project that you want to actually make profit from, and you want to actually maximize in terms of your investment to actually do that particular project and reach the maximum benefit, right? Has Connecticut actually started on that direction to actually think that maybe we need to relook into the entire business plan and actually just focus on one product that really can bring it out there?
Okay, so the pandemic is it's like a wall. It's a stumbling block, but it's not. Okay, I mean, don't quote me. I'm just speaking out of what I think. We're still seeing the full effects. The numbers are a bit less than what we would expect for, let's say, a statue, because we recently just launched one or two, but that doesn't mean that we are not. We actually have plans for the next 3 years already. Our timetable actually has extended for 3 years. That's how we work. Because on average, it takes between 6 months to a year from initial startup to the product being in our customers' hands. So everything is planned up to maybe 2 years ahead already. So right now I can say that on our production calendar we have stuff in the works for up to 2 years to 3 years ahead. I mean, actual physical products already 2 years already, we're already starting work already. But talking about it, planning, we already plan for maybe up to 3 years. Like I said, we are expanding our lines. We have done, we're doing games, we're doing anime and all that. So we are open to ideas. We're starting a new signature series, looking at very unique, very talented people who are also sculptors or artists, and then we want to bring their vision out. So we have like a partnership series, like a black series, and like a signature series. So like this illustration that you just shown, so this is my personal stuff. I still do a lot of illustrations, digital paintings. Yeah. So this one I did it for fun, or rather I did it because it was at the start of the pandemic and everything. We're all at home. I just had
just write the face.
So I actually did this. I wanted to make it into a print and hook up with some like a charity or something to give away or raise coupons to help the underprivileged and all that. But I realized that a lot of people are already doing it, so it just kind of it's still there if I ever find a partner. But I actually submitted it for there's this community called the Character Design. I can't remember whether it's a magazine, right? Character Design Quarterly. So they actually have a like little contests every month, and this one was on healthcare heroes, like healthcare workers. So I submitted it and it did pretty okay. It was like I think it's the highest I've ever gotten for any of my social media contributions. This one on Instagram, like it's close to 8,000,
Wow.
likes, views, and stuff like that. On Facebook, it had like 4,000 over likes plus comments, and so it was really good. It was quite exciting, but it also makes you kind of worried, like, oh no, it's like your sequel to the movie. It's like you just did Star Wars.
So that's something that you probably ask, what's next after this success?
So yeah, but I'm also really a student of fan, movie poster art. So I think the next image you had of my Empire Strikes Back, you have that. Yeah, this one. So this I did after the healthcare heroes thing. I've been a fan of Star Wars. I think it's no secret. Everybody knows me. I'm like the Star Wars guy since I was a kid. Since I was 7 years old, bringing the toys, and Empire is my all-time favorite movie lah. So if anything that really my character and whatever my nerdism, it was this movie, and I never really did a proper illustration or poster for it. So the first thing I did was to prepare this image, this print for which I launched on the 40th anniversary itself lah. Yeah. So little, like little bucket lists that you want to do. I just, going through it now. But I mean, my statue.
What will be your next one that you're crossing out from your bucket list for drawing?
I've been doing a lot of studying with my partners because they're all master 3D sculptors. So my partner and my buddies in Kinetiquettes. They're kind of training me to do digital sculpting. Starting and stopping, 3 or 4 times a day. I'll learn up to 60-70%, and then life comes along or my day job comes along and I stop. So now it's like no excuses already. The reason I left my previous industry is because I said I'm going to do this. We're going to bring this company. We're going to give everything we've got. So I'm basically putting all my money into where my mouth is or whatever. So now they are, slowly, very slowly, because I'm slow, training to, so I'm hoping that soon, because now I'm designing our statues. I'm helping out with the designing of statues, but I'm hoping after this, I will be able to sculpt our statues as well. The Attack on Titan slide that I shared with you is the first piece I actually designed for the company, which we will hopefully soon, this one, we will soon go into. Yeah, this grey one. So right now it's only in the prototype stage. We've only shown it at our Comic-Con. In fact, we rushed it for the last Comic-Con in December. And it just appeared for 5 hours. It took us 4 hours to set it up. And then when we displayed it, it was already Sunday afternoon. And we had to take it down by 7, 8 o'clock. So it took for everybody to take photos and share online. And then we took it all down and shipped it back, So yeah, it was really fresh.
When you ship it back, where do you actually ship it back to? Is it Japan?
Some factories are in China.
Okay.
Yeah, everything.
So I want to ask a question. Do you miss drawing comics or not? Because I mean, now of course you are involved in the business and all that. So I was thinking, you can even for your sculptures, you can have a comic book inside, drawn by you.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about all these things, or rather, I'm still doing, or rather, I want to go into comics. Okay, my kids. Oh, shout out to my kids. So my daughter is 20 and my son is 17, and they've all also become little artists in their own right.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll share it. So we thought now at this age they have all grown up and they're pretty good, that we should all, come in and do a book together. In fact, we were just talking this week that we need to set some time, since everybody's at home, maybe after dinner, to put an hour in to come up with a story first, and I want them to take the lead, because I think my concepts for stories and what people want and what people want to see is dated. So I want to see what these kids can bring to the table, because they are from the world of, like Sabrina, what's the Archie series, Riverdale, right?
Yeah.
And they watch all these new TV series catered to the younger audience, and I think the ideas and concepts for a hero character, for a lead character, story arcs and all that, I think they would vary from mine, and that's saying because I'm still stuck in the 80s or 90s, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but it'd be good lah. I think to combine the two, like when you buy a sculpture, you get a free comic from Kelvin and family lah. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Because like I said, because our sculptures, unless we work into our own IP, the sculptures, all the licensing belongs to whatever company that we get it from.
Right.
So for them to approve a comic book, will go through a whole lot of red tape. Yeah, so unless it's something that we created, if let's say my partners and I agree on something, we want to create a whole IP that comes with this universe, that we can have it out as a comic book first, or something like that. Then that would definitely work. Yeah. But there's a lot of things that we have in the pipeline right now. Really busy, but yeah, I'm hoping I won't stop trying to get into comics and stuff like that. I won't call myself a freelancer, but I've been trying to get gigs. Haven't got a comic book gig yet. That will be the day. But I'm doing scripts, storyboards for some films. So small ones are really small. A few frames for movie pitches. So maybe just a small step into that. If anybody comes along, any of the companies, publishers actually come by and says, hey, you want to do a comic book, I'm definitely open to it. But in the meantime, it looks like we'll have to come up with our own IPs.
Actually, you did a Kaiju Girl a few years ago, right? Any plans to continue with that?
Yeah, I was thinking of digging her out. Yep. So I created this thing from 24-hour comics a few years back. So it's called Kaiju Girl because. So the thing about me is I don't have much time, so I always come up with very basic concepts. I always believe that the things that last are the most simplest ideas. So we have Kaiju Girl, right? It's because I want to draw monsters and I want to draw hot babes or whatever. I always pride myself in being able to draw sexy women and all that, which it's taken a backseat because now I'm into drawing all these muscular and beast-like characters for now. So yeah, I did Kaiju Girl because we just want to draw a lot of monsters and fighting. The heroine is this babe that goes around slashing and killing monsters and all that. And I had a whole story marked out. In fact, I've already spoken to JF actually did a first treatment for it, but I think he's busy now, so we had to put it on the back burner. But I think I always like to explore new things. I think zombies are the rage now. So I actually told my kids, can we do a horror one-off short comic book first, just to test out whether the three of us can work together. Because being family and your own kids, maybe they're like, oh, old man, just leave me alone or something. Yeah.
But it's actually funny, right? I mean, the zombie has been hit since it became a hit when it actually comes to the Walking Dead series. But considering that Walking Dead series is already ended, would you guys actually start exploring maybe the disease? I mean, we are actually experiencing a pandemic right now. This particular situation, are you guys actually inspiring that new story coming from you guys?
Yeah, because if you've seen this whole pandemic and viruses and all that, right? We're going down to the microscopic level. I always thought that the idea of the zombie virus, it's a zombie virus, right? It's really germs and all that. So I thought
Yeah.
the undead, imagine it's just a virus that went into the body and then animated you. So
Mm.
that's the concept. So we're now building our world. The world building is carrying on now.
You're actually making the what if to extend what we are experiencing right now to the next level.
Yeah. So, yeah, and it's all about because like I said, a lot of time, day job stuff. So you want to go back. Your comics are your personal projects, so you want to do stuff that you like. So
Mm.
I'm drawing zombies and at the moment and all that. So we're working on the background for it. My kids aren't excited about drawing scary stuff. Yeah, those. Yeah. Maybe if I make the guy a young hunk, they'll be excited. Korean
Yeah.
looking.
The K-pop, say it in Korea, maybe say it so like
Yeah.
The zombie TV series Netflix one, Kingdom. Yeah.
Kingdom.
If you've seen Kingdom, right? I don't want to spoil it for anybody. If you know about Kingdom, where's the
Yeah.
source of the zombies from,
Yes,
right?
yes.
It's very, very good.
Yeah.
So if you take,
And
you just
I mean,
change.
for Kingdom, right? It's even more relevant at Malaysia because considering that during then there was a pandemic as well as a political struggle. So as you can see that when I watch it, the timing is actually very nice. That I've said, oh, are they actually talking about the Malaysia? What are the Malaysian are actually experiencing, while the top power is actually struggling to gain power, while the rest of us are actually suffer from the pandemic. Yeah, but you're right. There's a lot of
Hancock is
fiction
about
that is actually
politics.
no. Exactly. We are still talking about Kingdom. I'm not going through the politics side, but it's the observation when I was actually. It's the observation that I'm actually watching that Netflix series. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Go ahead. I think James already almost completed his sketching,
Wow.
and it's actually going into the watercolor already. So yeah.
Can we see whether his vocal is okay? His audio.
Let's try. Let's try to. James, can you try to unmute your mic? I can't unmute it from my side. If you can hear us, could you please unmute your mic? No, he can't. So probably we just continue our conversation. So, what do you think about Snow 2020 so far? Have you managed to actually catch up or watch some of the live shows that we've been putting?
So you're talking about me, is it?
Yes. Yeah. I guess you only because James is not responding to me at all.
I caught up with Ajum and Eric because gosh, it's Ajum, and I caught a bit of Arthur Adams right just before this.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. What do you think so far?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Okay, like you were saying like for my business or even for this this initiative to have a virtual fan Comic-Con kind of thing, right?
Right.
Fan. I think, like you were saying, I think you sent out a video or a message to say that there are a lot of things that we need to feel, like a lot of things that, because it's the first time, there's some stumbling blocks which we'll need to learn from. But but we've done it. I think this is amazing because to be able to like I'm drawing. If I wanted to, you could show me, and then we're chatting, and it's very cool. And then we have friends all the way from the US. It's like, as long as you have Wi-Fi, you're in.
Yeah,
so the other thing you were saying was that maybe for the artist alley,
yeah,
because now imagine this becomes a TV channel. I guess the whole virtual fest and Comic-Con, it's like watching one TV channel for broadcast for 2 days. And then, but you can only buy something when that particular person comes on. So maybe someone will have an idea to how to make the artist alley part more alive or something.
It's like TV shopping. You have to call this 1-800 number, is it?
Yeah, this idea that like for these 2 days I come to SMVFF, right? I just stay on this channel. The main shows continue. So 3 to 4 is myself and James. Before Arthur Adams. Tonight, I'm the one that I'm going for. I mean, the one that I will want to watch is Kale.
Yeah, stay
And
tuned for that. We have a surprise for that. Yeah.
oh, it's good, good. I mean, talking about Kale, I mean, this kid is amazing,
Amazing, right?
and I know that he's also doing stuff with us.
Oh, okay. He's doing.
Okay,
Oh, he was actually
but
telling me that he's actually doing some project. He mentioned some name, but I forgot. Yeah.
yeah,
Now review.
a lot of stuff. And I mean, I haven't heard of him till this Comic Con, I mean, in December. And my friend was the one who told me, hey, can you go and get me his print? And I went there and was like totally blown away. I mean,
Yeah.
he is really good, man. For his age, I mean, when I was his age, I was like, oh my gosh.
I mean, when I first met him in Malaysia, he's probably 2 years into work, and his art is actually mostly just put it online for social media. He hasn't get into the comic scene yet. And yeah, I seen him that actually quit the game studio and started his whole journey. It's actually amazing that he came so far. And it's actually, I will be actually very interested because I know him as a personal friend. We banter, we always chit chat on the WhatsApp as well. But it will be good. I mean, I would like to actually ask certain things that maybe is actually for a bigger audience. See how she actually answer it, because he's been doing a couple of live shows. Yeah.
I think his career really is boosted by social media, lah.
Yeah,
right? In the past,
he's a smart kid. He knows how to actually make use of the social platform.
Yeah, but now Instagram and all that.
Well.
Yeah.
And so that actually goes back to maybe some discussion. I think all of us is actually on social media platform. And some actually find that maybe social media platform is actually too toxic. I'm not sure whether you guys actually meet any toxic interaction with fans or member, because you guys are actually putting up art, and especially art is actually a very personal creation, right? What's your experience, or how do you actually handle a situation like when someone actually nitpick on your art and try to actually almost like find fault and try to actually find an argument? How do you actually navigate through those complexity?
For me, I don't get that much. I'm not that level, but you know, if anybody's negative or says things that just don't make sense, obviously trying to troll you, I just shut them down or just ignore them. I think the only way, I wouldn't say end it, but the only way to handle it where you don't want to like pull out your hair or vomit blood is just ignore the person. You don't give him the benefit of letting him know that he got to you. So of course, then you have to make sure that you don't let these people get to you, because there are people who really just want to chocho. They just really want to get a reaction from you. Yeah. So I mean, I like I said, I don't get that many. Most people are very friendly and very, very nice. But when you do get one or two who, it's nothing to do with it. Sometimes they can even be commenting on stuff that has nothing to do with your subject at all. So it's like, dude, I'm not even drawing this. What are you talking about? So you just you don't even acknowledge them. It's just, if you think it's negative or whatever. The only thing that I do not tolerate is if people bully or make fun of somebody else's. So if somebody comments something and then somebody else comes in and just to say, why do you say that? You shouldn't do this, and this is what I think. Then I'll come in and say, dude, this is just keep it normal. 10 years back, I started this little thing called Art Jammers. It's a small Facebook group which we just had little challenges every week. Draw. One week we started with drawing, like, let's say Star Wars or Street Fighter or whatever. I think it was in 2008. And it grew up to like 1,000 members, and even Kim Jung-ji actually came in once in a while to like some of our our contributions and all that. Before he came so big time, it's like, wow, Kim Jong-ji coming and liking your work is like amazing, right? So there were some negative people, there were some trolls who just came in and they just started whacking everybody's things. So after a while, it got a bit too hard for me to handle, and I just I just left it alone. But at a point, it grew up to 1,000 over people. My regret is maybe I should have tried to maintain it or keep it. because I had friends who wanted to come in. I have a colleague who is he did book reviews, so he had a lot of books to give away. Till I think he might know it. And of Parka Blocks, yeah.
Yeah,
So
Parka
he
Parka Block.
a lot of
Oh, he's
prizes.
actually from Singapore, is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
he's my colleague and a friend.
Oh gosh, I always go to Parka Block to take a look at those new art book. I didn't know that he's from Singapore.
He's a Singaporean. He's been my colleague and friend for
Right,
Yeah, he
right,
worked
right.
in the press, worked in the newspapers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, he kept giving away freebies and every week when we did a little challenge, he would give away prizes. And even for that, people would start to bicker, and I'm like, oh no, this is getting out of hand now. So I just let it cool off for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's
So
social media, right? You get popular fast, regardless of, I mean, whether you actually did something right or you did something wrong, and anything that's actually in between that happens on social media.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
it just got me to reflect that things have really changed and changed very fast. I mean, I think even up to 15 years ago, there's no iPhone. And
Yeah.
of course, 20 years ago, right, when I first met Kevin, to even know about his work is through magazines, right? Through 8 Days or through Straits Times, or as an interview or review. And of course, the response is a bit slower, but now it's really on the spot. You post something, people will say something, right?
Correct. So
yeah,
maybe
I think the response, I think when once you actually posted up something, you almost get instant response, right? So sometimes that is actually a good thing or bad thing, because there's no time for you to actually just take time to actually react when some negative things that affected you negatively. You probably want to just, when it changes your mood, and you probably just go on and actually have a fight. But the good thing is that there are more viewers. I mean, you can just share whatever that you did in like a 10K member, or even like a 3,000 member group, like the Singapore Comics Community, or even my NYCC. There's actually 5,000 members. So I think all these will actually catches eyeball if you are doing something interesting. So yeah.
all right. So anything that you all can share with us? Maybe how has these 2 days been for this virtual fan?
I think Hancock must be very tired. He's been mending the shop.
Yeah, I've been managing a shop lah. But the good thing is, if I'm actually comparing with the last exhibition that I did physically, it's actually showcasing some of the Malaysian artists at one of the SCG event, right? This definitely has more. I still have energy left once I actually ended the day. Like yesterday, once I ended it, I still can actually just go for take a bath and then go to sleep. It's actually quite. It's definitely easier because I'm just staying at home, and I'm used to staying at home doing work. So yeah. So I'm more interested to actually hear people that is actually participating and viewing some of this live show. What do you get from it? Because myself, I actually definitely have a good experience, because I am part of the host. I managed to actually talk directly to some of the artists and creators, right? So not sure about you guys that is actually viewing it. Some of you probably view some of the interactive sections. What do you think about it?
I like the fact. I mean, let's say the platform that we have right now, right? For you controlling, orchestrating like what to project on the screen. Like now we have the 4 screens and all that. I find that pretty exciting. Initially, when this whole Zoom phenomenon came around because of the pandemic and all that, it took a while for people to adjust. But you can see now, like, you all guys are all pro with setting up your backgrounds and all that. The lighting or whatever. Like, I think once you're comfortable, this is the way forward, I guess. If we find out the little problems and we iron out the kinks for having a live jam or convention like that, I think it will grow.
Yeah.
eventually, if let's say the circuit breaker and for you guys the stay home, have you guys lifted your stay home thing already? I think
We moved to a second. We moved to a third phase. In fact, we call it the RMCO. RMCO. I've forgotten what is it called. Restrictive Movement Control Order. I think restricted.
I think for me,
So
commercial is if you can, if the artist alley or the shopping side of things can be improved, or somebody really with the iPhone version, sorry, like what the iPhone did for mobile phones, if somebody comes up with the solution for having an online convention like
yes.
Artistry, where it's a page, it's like, let's say, a Facebook page, and you can do your shopping even while we're having our interviews there. You can still click through, do shopping. Yeah, as opposed to I gotta wait.
I think the connectivity needs to be strengthened. Like even for work for me, right? Sometimes in middle of meeting, I hear nothing. Then I need to leave the meeting and come back again to reconnect. Yeah. So I mean, I suppose for shopping, let's say you're bidding, right? You don't want that happen to you, lah. So those things need to be worked out, lor. You're bidding for something and then you lose connection. Wow, big take.
Yeah, but I guess that actually depending on the infrastructure, we are actually just making use of the infrastructure for us to actually do things with the limited accessibility. But one thing that I'm really thankful is internet or social media, because say example, I invited Arthur Adams and Joyce. All this communication is actually just through Facebook Messenger, through a few emails, and we actually managed to actually get them on, right? I think that if you actually ask me about, if you actually ask me or maybe some younger me that would I ever have a chance to actually interview them, ask some personal question, I don't think so. I think I'm appreciative of whatever that we have, and we are just making use of all the limitation that were given to us. Yeah. And one thing I think is also important, that one thing to know, that if you're actually in a live show such, someone else shouldn't be binging Netflix or actually watching YouTube, a large high def YouTube online, because that will take up bandwidth, and that could be part of the reason. Because that's my experience when I was actually doing all this testing with the creator. One of the testing session, Alison was testing it with me, and then Adam Hill was actually watching Hulu on his TV, and that actually picked up a lot of bandwidth, and then he actually ended.
What was he watching? What was he watching?
Hulu, the online.
Okay. Multitasking. Yes.
Yeah.
So all that affects the bandwidth and all that too.
And I mean, lucky that I'm from an IT background, so my day job is actually an IT solution consultant. So yeah, that actually helps a little bit in terms of troubleshooting their things.
Yeah.
But well, look at the time. We are already 4. Yeah, I know that we actually started a little bit late. But let's look at James.
I think
I'm not
James
sure
is
if he's actually already done.
completed. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's already done with a cityscape view, and Spider-Man looks really amazing. Let's take a little bit of questions from the floor. When you actually ask any upcoming books from Kelvin and James that we can look forward to? Probably we can actually ask Kelvin to actually answer that, and maybe James can actually respond through the Facebook comment.
Okay, so Wern was a friend. I can't say right now, but you heard it here that I will probably develop something with my kids one time, and if I can't sell them on the zombie idea, I will definitely look into developing a zombie story, a short, because I and shop living cliffhangers for multiple movie deals and toys and statues.
Oh, okay.
But maybe not immediately. Yeah, maybe in the next year. Hopefully, with physical comic conventions that we can attend and we can actually meet up. Probably have a 1 meter shield in front of everybody. But yeah, it'll be
you
good.
can't shake hand. You have to actually stay away 1 meter apart.
The new normal. This is the new normal.
Correct.
The new normal.
Yeah. So unless we find a total cure, lah. But yep. So yeah, I'm definitely working on something. So it's coming, I guess.
Yeah, cool. And I'm actually focusing on what you've actually been drawing. Yeah, looks very good. This is the your interpretation of Skeletor.
Yep.
In Master, the skeleton looks special. It doesn't look like a human skeleton anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not humans, I guess. So apart
It
finishing,
reminds me of the Black Flame from BPRD. Do you read that?
Yeah. That's right. It does look a little bit of those.
Just taking a skull and flying.
Yep, the skull.
So good. So Amran was saying that CT can write too, can collaborate. So maybe you guys can actually talk after this show and actually.
You know who's the enemy, right? The enemy is time. But yeah, you must find time. You must find that. That's how this happened.
CT, we worked together, or rather, we met. Was it Liquid City? I'm really mixed up.
Yeah, that's right. I was editing Liquid City also. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. So, come on, man.
Yes. Well, I mean, that's why when you find the time, that's when things like this can happen. This virtual convention, right? If everyone has no time, then this will not happen, right?
That's true.
So,
that's true.
Yeah, must try. Yeah, try harder.
Anyway, I think also that so I mean, since that you guys actually mentioned Liquid City, I just probably want to actually just leave it in live that I am actually interested to actually get Sunny Liu in one of the future one. If he's actually interested, yeah, just let me know.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, more the merrier.
More the merrier. Yeah, let's make it a party. Though that we already have a full party, that's why I ended up very selective of how else I'll just drain myself, and this will be the first and last one that I want to do hosting.
Yeah, actually, Hancock quite strong for you. You're in every session, no?
Still young, ma. Okay. No, not that young, but still young at heart. So there's a question coming from the floor from Lim Heng. I think Lim Heng won your free sketch, right, Kelvin? Yeah. So can you share who's the next female fighting character that Kinetiquettes is working with Archer? If you're comfortable. If you're not comfortable, we'll just move on.
I can't, sorry.
Okay, yeah, let's
okay, for his sketch is actually here. As you can see. Yeah, the one that he won, I was mailed out after this interview. Just to let him know it's still safe to be on there.
I think his question is actually pushing you to send it over. He's quite a patient person.
Yeah, I know. No, because I haven't had a chance to go to the mill and everything. There's a lot of stuff I have to clear. So don't worry, it's coming soon.
There's another question coming from Facebook. Hang Kwon Lim, is it tough to actually work? Is it tough to work in this art industry, and how do you all persevere and continue to produce awesome artwork?
Well, I think the question would be, I think James would definitely answer that better, I guess. Because I'm pretty new to this. I was, in the press for so long. I only came out right in the middle of the pandemic, in April. So I'm only a month into this business. Yeah. But I think it's just the same, you just grind and you continue and push forward. There's just no rest. I mean, it's a Sunday and I still work through, I've been doing work since morning until, taking a break now to have this interview. And I'll jump back to work after this. And when you're working on your own, you don't look at the time, because I really feel like the moment I get up all the way, I only stop for lunch and sometime with the family. Then I'm working, and then dinner, sometime the family. And then after that, although, you're watching videos with your family or whatever, but you still drawing away, the hand is still moving. or getting ideas for something.
Your brain is still working. You're still thinking.
Yeah, the whole concept of a day job for me, which I find very exciting, is not there anymore. You're not 9 to 5 person. You are a 24/7 person. It is just longer term targets, because we have a business, we have targets we need to meet, things that we need to do. So there's a roster of things that we have to do. So it's just a different way of working. Maybe the stress is a bit less, but I think it's great for me. I mean, how many people get to design statues of games and get to develop stuff for the industry and things like that, to see your stuff being sculpted by amazing, really, really amazing artists, and then coming out as a physical product. So that drives you. It's like the faster you work, the harder you work, the faster these things come out, so everybody can share at the beauty of what you make. So let's say you're asking, when am I going to come out with my comic book? I know it's going to be so exciting to do it, but like you're saying, the time is the enemy. I want to do so many things. So my big problem is I tend to want to do everything at one time. Hence, the 2 paintings I did, the Star Wars one, and then even the healthcare hero, is it's actually a therapeutic challenge for me, because I took my time. I told myself 1 hour a day I will just pick at this painting. So they took me like 3 weeks to a month for each painting. But to answer Hang Kwang, it's you just keep on pushing.
Okay. And well, look at the time. It's already 4:11 p.m. So yeah, actually 11 p.m. is past that. Probably we just put on. One response from Lim Hei is that no worries, Kelvin. Understand on the business perspective. I guess it's an answer to your no of answering the next female fighting character. Yeah.
I really wish.
Sorry.
James's speakers who were working, maybe we can have a recap, because I think 1 hour of my voice is
it's a pity,
I think we I think it's actually more important that it's actually more important that we still get to see James draw, and now he's actually working on the second piece. But I need to go off now because there's another one that's actually coming on 6:30 p.m. If you guys are actually interested, my recommendation is to just tune in, because not a lot of people knows what he does, but what he does is actually really good. So just tune in to John McCrea at 6:30 p.m. Singapore and Malaysia time, and I'll see you guys there. And so thank you, James. Thank you, Kelvin, for your time coming on the show. My apology for actually coming on late. Arthur Adams and Joyce section actually ran over. I think something that I really need to learn from the whole thing is that I need to actually leave some bandwidth for assuming that things doesn't work out. So thank you everyone that tuned in.
Go and have a dinner, man, because the next session is 6:30.
No, I probably do dinner after that particular session. Anyway, thank you.
All right,
thanks guys. All the best, Kelvin. All the best, James, to your endeavor. Looking forward for new project. If there's anything that you guys are actually shipping to Malaysia, like comics, just shout out at the communities, at both communities, the my comics community as well as Singapore comics community. Okay, thank you. All the best.
Okay, bye.
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 Bye.